Harry Chapin, who I had the chance to meet many times. Harry Chapin, a great songwriter, Cats in the Cradle,
Yes.
Taxi, powerful.
Yeah.
Harry lived here on Long Island in a town called Huntington, not that far from where I was living. Jim would get together with me all the times, and because he was on the East Coast of Long Island, he would drive past my house, always stop at my house for a kind of a pit stop, and then drive on to New York wherever he was going.
Yeah.
I had the chance of meeting Jim with Harry on many occasions. And Harry was just a phenomenal person, an incredible writer. And if you get a chance to research Harry and just listen to the lyrics of his songs and his music, very powerful guy. And Harry always said to me, he goes, I got involved with music because Dad, meaning Jim, the time he came home from performing, he was always happy.
Yeah.
He's always in a good mood. He said, my memories of my father was he was always happy. He was always fun to be around with. It was always about music and the joy of life. And I said, I want to be a part of that.
Sure.
So Harry put his focus and lyrics and songwriting into what he did and became a very powerful force in the drumming, in the music community. This is a powerful line for many reasons. That Harry Chapin, inspired by his father, to see what his father did by writing this drum book that was so powerful, and playing drums and teaching and having such an incredible influence in the music and drumming world, that Harry started to get involved. So as Harry built his career, Harry started traveling around America, and when Harry traveled into different cities in America, he started to see many poor people and many people that were dying of starvation. And that just didn't have enough food. And Harry just couldn't comprehend that in America, the abundance of what America has, that there can be people that are dying of starvation, kids.
Right.
And this really bothered Harry, and he felt that he had to use his power of his music to help work on that. So he began to see these different cities, and then he began to do research in other nations. Same thing's happening in England, in Italy, in France, that tons of poverty people that were dying of starvation in these wealthy countries.
Yeah.
So Harry now, this is back now in 77, he's got a #1 song. He's on every television show. At the time, Johnny Carson, Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas, all these afternoon evening talk shows. Harry was there. TV specials. Harry was a huge star. And I knew him from Long Island. This was so amazing. Harry makes a meeting with President Carter that he wants to talk to him. So because of the different congressmen and senators that he knew, they were able to set up a meeting with Harry Chapin. And Harry was a top star in the music industry. The president felt this was good to meet with Harry to see what Harry wanted to talk about. Harry meets with Carter. They walk into the Oval Office, and Harry says, President Carter, wonderful to meet you. He said, I've got a request that I have. I want you to start a World Hunger Organization, start to displace and feed people for starting here in America, in this wealthy nation, that we children and adults starving with no food. This is absolutely unacceptable in a country that we live in, like America.
Yes.
So President Carter says back and says, well, Harry, I didn't know this is what your request was, and that's a pretty powerful request. He said, I'll start looking into this focus and see what we can do. So Harry says, well, I have a document here that I put together with a lawyer that I want you to sign, and when you sign this here, it's going to have you commit to putting this world organization to get together by other countries and making this happen. So President Carter says, well, Harry, that's wonderful that you've done that. He said, he puts in the document, says, what I'll do is I'll have a team of people look at this and analyze it, and then we'll get to it. And Harry sat up and said, no, Mr. President, I don't think you understand. I need you to sign this now, start this, because as we're speaking, people are dying of starvation. President Carter said, well, he said, listen, Harry, this is really not the way it works out. He said, we got to put together a team of people. We got to contact the countries. We got to do some research. This is time to put together. And Harry says, I don't think you understand how it works out.
Wow.
This conversation, young kids are dying of starvation. He said, so Harry goes, sign the contract. Now so President Carter says, Harry, he says, Mr. President, and Harry sat back in his chair and said, I'm not leaving until you sign it. If you want me out of the White House, you're going to have to throw me out physically. I don't think that's going to look too good in the public.
That's right. With
the press.
Yeah.
So Carter leans up and says, you're holding me hostage. And Harry said, sir, you call it what you want. Sign the contract and let's start putting money towards feeding these kids.
Absolutely.
And Carter stepped back and said, Harry, I can see your passion and your commitment. Carter signed the document.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
That became the beginning of the World Hunger Program. Now, the story of Harry goes to here now. So Harry's agent at the time was Ken Cragen. Ken Cragen was a manager who managed Harry Chapin. You got to go back. This is the mid-'70s.
Yep.
Harry Chapin, he managed a young Michael Jackson,
Wow.
Lionel Richie, Harry Belafonte, and Kenny Rogers. These were all big stars.
Sure.
Growing bigger. And Harry was one of his clients. So Harry wanted Ken to organize these artists to help raise money for the organization. And what Harry was doing was his next album that was going to go out, he talked to the record label and said, listen, I'm going to donate all of my proceeds of the record towards the World Hunger Program. I want you to donate all your money. No one's going to make any money out of it. All the money is going to be funded towards this World Hunger Program to give Carter some money, millions of dollars, to start working on this program. So he told Carter, that's what I'm going to do. I want to see what you're going to do. So when Carter saw this, he goes, wow, you got the music industry behind it. Let's make this happen. So Harry was on the Long Island Expressway driving into New York to sign the contract for this deal. He got into a car crash that eventually killed him
sad.
in an accident on the Long Island Expressway at exit 39. Now, I'm teaching at a drum shop on Long Island with Jim Chapin. I'm in room 1, Jim's in room 2. And we always do that. I would drive with Jim, I'd pick him up, and we go and we teach, and then go out to the bite to eat after dinner, and then I'd drive Jim home. And so here we are, we're in it. So while we're there, I had a break for a student. I'm standing by the phone. The store was busy. The phone rang. I answered it. I would never answer the phone, but I answered it. How you doing? This is Dom speaking, whatever. And it was Jim's wife, Manya. And she called him. She goes, Dom, this is Manya. I need to speak to Jim. There was a car crash on the LIE, and we think it was Harry. I said, whoa, hang on 1 second. So now I got to go into the room. Jim's lesson. So I get Jim out of the lesson. He comes to the phone, and the first call from Manya was, they think it was Harry. I'm going to have a detective call you. So he had no identification on him. But when they described the car and the license plate, Manya said, I recognize that. So now he hangs up from Manya, goes back into the room to teach. And I'm standing there. He filled me in what was going down. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Now we're hearing on the radio.
Oh, God.
Accident on the Long Island Expressway, helicopter takes a person to East Meadow, hospital. And we hear also backup traffic, and we're going, oh man, it's going to be a mess on the road tonight. There's this accident. Next call comes in. I answer the phone. This is Detective so-and-so. I need to speak to Jim Chapin. 1 moment, sir. I put the phone down. I'm back in the room. I get Jim. Jim comes back out, sits down, picks up the phone, and the detective said, Mr. Chapin, we found something. He says, this person that we are analyzing is deceased. He's passed away. We have no identification, but we have a gold pocket watch. He said, so Jim said, yeah, that's the pocket watch I gave him. He says, can you tell me what the inscription is in there? He said, to Harry, my loving son, Jim. And the detective said, this is your son. We need you to come here to identify the body.
Awful.
Jim tells me this, hangs up the phone, tells me this here, and then get to this car, and it's got to drive to the hospital too. So this was what went down with Harry. So now what happened is Harry now is on his way going to do this here. So when Ken Cragen gets the news that this whole thing goes down with Harry's death, it's on the news, it's on CNN, you name it, every. So now Ken Cragen decides to take 2 of his clients to have them write a song that can raise money. He sits down with Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie and says, guys, write us a song. Right, We Are the World. They put together that video image that we recognize from all those years of getting all those artists together, sing the song to dedicate it. And if you ever watch the clip of that, it says, We Are the World, dedicated to the late, great Harry Chapin.